G.I.Joe Classified series returns to the channel with the Cobra Ferret Scout and Cobra Ferret ATV on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured, back with another G.I.Joe Classified series review. This time we're looking at number 119 in the series, Cobra Ferret Scout and the Cobra Ferret ATV. Picked this up on Hasbro Pulse, of course. Just now getting around to getting the review up. I took a week off, kind of last week. I think I only put up one video. 4th of July weekend, a lot of cookouts, all that sort of stuff. So we're going to be grinding it out with a video every day this week. And Cobra Ferret is the latest in that cycle. So we're going to do as we always do. Look at the vehicle, look at the figure. First, take a look at the package. Do some posing around, playing around. Get you some final thoughts back to your life. So the Cobra Ferret, G.I.Joe Classified series style, is a modern update to that 1985 classic vehicle. When I was a kid, I definitely had a couple of these. Not at the same time though. Like I had one at one point and then another one at another point. You do trades, this, that, and the other. You acquire things. But it was always kind of a fun vehicle. This one probably takes it a little bit to a little bit more of a realistic level, even though it still seems to have all of the classic call outs of the original. So let's take a look at the package. And starting off, without even touching this box, we see a lot of things. Very cool artwork. Looks like they're still down in that South American area that the Python Patrol was hanging out in. Got your two ferrets. I don't see any Easter eggs there. That's okay. And of course you got your window box for your Cobra Ferret Scout. Included figure in the package. On top you got your 119 and your nice embossed Cobra logo on the box. On the side, you got your classic kind of blue picture going with the Scout. And you got your file card symbols, so like Driver 1, Light Weapons 1, Infiltration 1, Recon 2. And of course, we can't discount the QR code to nowhere. You really need to get on the ball with that. Turn this baby around. You've got the tail of the tape. You actually got the measurements on here. I really wish they would put them back on all the boxes. Not really sure why they took them off. But we'll have a couple of figures from the next wave coming in a few days on the channel, Torch and Jinx. So maybe we'll see a return to those measurements, as you can see here. Some nice insets of the ferret. And it looks pretty cool. And finally, I want to dismiss the large color picture of the Ferret Scout. Let you look at the package. We're going to loose the Scout and the Ferret from the package and see what we've got. Alright, so we're back with our fully assembled Ferret ATV and our Ferret ATV Scout with her accessories. It comes with an instruction book. I didn't really need it to put it together. Pretty easy to put together, to be honest. Just had to make sure your wheels were lined up in the right place, and I found it easier to attach the handle to the gun first and then attach it to the roll bar. A little bit easier that way, but no fuss, no muss. Everything worked as intended and got a pretty cool vehicle there. So looking at your ATV Scout, she is definitely a reuse of the wonderful Valkyrie mold with some new bits to her as far as accessories. Nice gray color, nice vest. Gotta be safe on your all-terrain vehicles and everything. And she's got dual holsters and a sheath for her knife. Of course, a helmet. Pistols are the same pistols that came with the Valkyrie. You can holster them there. One is a sidearm. One, I guess, is a backup. Like she got some extra magazines on the belt. Get your combat knife sheath there. Go ahead and tag that in. No problem at all. And you got your ATV helmet, and it's a nice rubbery helmet. I mean, we don't want the guns rubbery, but it's not that bad to have the helmet rubbery so that they can go on the head. You got the nice touch with the fangs on there. Very cool. There she is, all geared up. We'll run very quickly over her articulation just to see if there's any huge differences between her and the Valkyrie. Don't really see any. Joints are not super tight, pretty smooth on this copy. Hopefully everybody's getting that. You got your usual drop down legs, ankle rocker, so on, so forth. And the figure is definitely cool. Never knew there were so many terroristic women, but hey, we live in the 2020s, Nobody's any one thing, right? We'll take it. There you go. And then looking at the Ferret itself, it's definitely the main event here. You got your nonsensical yet oddly classic missiles. Painted engine there. It's not really like an engine, it's just sort of painted in. Exhausts, and of course you got your working suspension. Pretty cool. Got a winch here, but it's really just a decoration. It's like painted like it's there. Of course there's a winch in there. and another kind of roll cage bumper type of deal. And what I'm not sure about though is if you can use blast effects in the very small portholes in the guns. I'll have to check that. But it's a very cool vehicle, you know. Don't know what you would expect out of it. It's very, very similar to the original 1985 toy. You do have your Cobras, Serpents, Semper, Serpens Fidelis kind of deal there. And some tampoed in decals. Pretty cool. Very cool. As for the driver riding the vehicle itself, it's meant to just stick her on there. Sort of standing on there. The clearance for the legs isn't like super great in the arms, so you can sort of sit back like that. Give her a kind of a standing pose, sitting pose. She's not 100% sitting on there, and I think that's how it will be for any figures that are on there. But it does work well enough. There's that. Now, for a true nostalgic feel, you gotta do this, that, which I am about to do. When I think of the Ferret, I think of Evil Twin Brothers, Tomax and Xamot, way back in G.I.Joe number 34, I think, way back in the day, debuted along with the Ferret and Flint and Flint at the Arbco Circus. These two guys were riding the Ferret. So what I would like to see is if you can pull that off. Now, you got your Crimson Guard commanders. And that worked out pretty well, all things considered. And you got Tomax and Xamot, Evil Twin Brothers. Riding the Ferret. Very nice, very nice. There you go. Mission complete. Bucket list complete. Now I'm going to move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 119, Cobra Ferret ATV and Cobra Ferret Scout. Hey man, it is what it is, right? It's exactly what we thought we'd be getting. At least it's exactly what I thought I'd be getting. Nice vehicle with a nice figure. Perhaps a little bit more expensive than I think it should be. It's $54.99 US. And I mean, $49.99 makes sense, but $54.99 is the $49.99 price after the double price hikes that we got a few years back. So it's kind of the going rate. I guess, they're charging you $26.49 for this and $26.49 for the figure. So kind of makes sense. But I wish sometimes I do wish things weren't as expensive as they are. But it's definitely worth that kind of money. So not wanting to pay the money and is different than it not being worth the money in a sense. Obviously, I'm not gonna army build something like this. I know there are guys out there that are doing that, but I'm not one of those guys. I did want to have one. I always like the Ferret. I like the female trooper body, and definitely happy to have it in the collection. I'm gonna give this figure 9 out of 10, figure and vehicle. It's a really good toy. It's not a 10 though. There you go. That's going to do it for that. Where I got a figure rank 9 for the Ferret ATV and the Ferret ATV Scout. I think it's a great rating for them. And I am happy to have them. So there you go. Alright guys, so we've got more G.I. Joe Classified series on the way. Never really ends. But please stay tuned to the channel. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Like I said, there's more G.I. Joe Classified series coming. So stay tuned for that. Till next time, everybody stay safe. See you on the next video. And Cobra!
The way I got it figured.